And then suddenly you see yourselves for CG having to fend off this 5-man lineup you don't have damage
whoa.
with. But what is this?
Martis.
Martis XP.
Now that's interesting.
I mean,
Huh.
yes, you do need damage, you do need burst-ish, but Martis as an answer towards it.
So the X-Borg basically denies CG from going into Uranus,
Yeah.
which would have been one of the few good picks left. But is Martis really the direction you want to go in? I feel like you're gonna have a hard time actually getting those decimate kills.
I feel like SRG.OG's draft, like you guys mentioned, forces CG to work in a certain way. Like the Valentina feel forced. I feel like the Smarties feel forced as well. But again, if it works out, all good for them. But if it doesn't, it's gonna look a bit bad for CG.
This is one of those situations where they tested a hero against a team. I don't know against who, and it worked out one time. And then they felt like, all right, it's a good matchup. But historically, Martis against X-Borg and Yu Zhong is not a good matchup for the Martis. If it's placed on the jungle, it could snowball, but it's not essentially a matchup answer. It's just because when Martis was meta in the jungle role, he was just dominating early game. But now he's put on XP, and you have to lane against Yu Zhong, which is a terrible matchup, by the way.
Yeah,
But where's the snowball?
I mean,
he
that
did
as well.
get adjusted, right? He did get
more
a buff
attack.
in the patch so that he does higher damage. His ultimate actually works with Sky Piercer properly
Yeah.
now as well. So that's actually a very big fix. I'm surprised it took this long actually. And people have been saying that Martis is actually a sleeper pick in pubs,
Yeah,
but against Yu Zhong in EXP lane
exactly, right?
is not ideal.
So let's break it down. Let's lay out why Martis is good. Level 4 works with Sky Piercer, more scaling stacks now, and also just overall a good fighter that can rotate in the mid lane. But he needs to farm. You can't bypass that farm. What he was able to give before was he was on the jungle. His farm is essentially just the jungle.
Correct.
But now you have to lane against the Yu Zhong. They cannot skip that part for CG. So if you're CG, maybe you put some resources to deal with this Yu Zhong, and then we talk about the Martis.
I mean, chat is agreeing with you guys as well because one of the viewers did mention going up against 3 tanky heroes, you bring up a Martis. Maybe it's not a good idea. Up against an Hylos as well, maybe not a good idea so far, but hey, I mean, maybe CG knows what we don't, so we shall see how it fares out for them. Look at Skies as early as possible, stealing away this buff.
Yeah, it's
Oh, he got it.
almost.
He managed to get the retreat just in time. If Gary was able to take that, it would have really ruined Sky's scaling, but that means Gary's gonna have a tough time now. He's missing an entire buff.
Yeah. Alright, PG, at least they're able to sort of equalize this early game, but again, they have to put some resource on the top lane. Amzik is going to have a good time for the first few levels of this matchup. The Harriet does have the poke advantage against the X-Borg, but what's the SRG.OG is looking is just to be able to get out of that laning stage on the bottom lane, while on the top side it's a different story. You have this Yu Zhong that could be incredible in the first turtle that CG needs to address.
I mean, one thing's for sure is CG is a very momentum-based draft right now. If you fall off in terms of the momentum, like E3 is not gonna get a good time. If let's say Amzi is not gonna get a good time in terms of farming. Again, once again, the damage is non-existent for the side of CG right now. Even decimation is not gonna work well with you. Meanwhile, SRG.OG is just gonna stack up with tanky items for the side of Xbox, for the side of Hylos, or even Yu Zhong for that matter. It's not gonna be easy for you guys to get these kills. So we shall see how SRG.OG just can play it out very patiently. Wait for level 4, wait for the Black Dragon form, and then you engage, just like what you did in game number 1.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised how passive Cram is in this lane, even though he did use Petrify earlier on. But again, this is just CG's weakness, honestly. Even though you get the Martis level 4, it doesn't mean anything for SRG.OG.
Yeah, Sky is able to get the first turtle for free without retry, even forcing out a flicker from Valence, and they're stealing another camp as well. CG, we know they start off slow.
Oh my goodness.
Halfway, they're chasing Valence down. Here comes the Black Dragon form. Valence trying to heal up. Gary is here as well, but Crams picks up the first blood.
Look at how SRG.OG worked, right? They know that okay, Balance have no way to run, no mobility skills because he used the wall to jump away just
Yeah.
now. So immediately opening up the Glorious pathway, immediately using up the stun, and then
Yep.
follow up from Stormy, and immediately the Black Dragon from Cram right now. Chico,
Bigby's trying to go in. He does have Black Dragon form, and they actually do find Stormy first. So that's already the Kimi taken down. Yume's now gonna be wailed on. Knockup just barely misses.
Oh.
With a flicker forward. Yeah, Tree trying to push him
No!
back. He's not able to get the decimate.
close.
Yeah, at least CG, we we're finding some semblance of hope. This is what they need to do, like fight outside of these objectives. But again, they have to be careful about these movements coming out from SRG.OG. As what Adine was mentioning earlier, they saw Valens use the title strike, and they utilized that opportunity to sort of steal away some of the, I mean, not steal, but put pressure on the jungle of CG. It's the same as game number 1 when they saw the retribution. There's just a couple of punishes that SRG.OG could pull off. So CG, they have to be wary of the resources that they commit.
I mean, a very good awareness from SRG.OG, but a very good re-engagement by CG right there, getting their first kill for this match series so far in minute number 4, right?
Not a good thing to hear.
I mean, and it's something out of nothing.
It's
to
an
be fair.
achievement.
It's an achievement for CG right now. Maybe a momentum booster for them in game number 2.
Ooh.
But right now, as the minute progresses, look at the level differences between Krem and E3. It's not a good time in terms of leading pace for this Martis right now.
I really feel like CG should be ganking EXP lane more. I'm not really seeing Valens rotating, and he's on a Kalea. He really should be finding someone every time Tsunami slams off cooldown, but he will spot Cram in the top bush. Turtle is being aggroed by Stormy. Meanwhile, in bot lane, Amzing nearly dies to the last sanity. Black Dragon form gonna be used. Random execution allows Gary to come close. Gary steals the turtle away, but the fight is in full force. Valens gonna be sacrificed here. Yeah, Tree making a retreat. Glorious pathway even used just to make sure he gets out of there.
I mean, when everything falls away, you can still always rely on the retribution of Gary to be able to get that neutral objective so that the bleed doesn't hurt so much for the side of CG.
We saw it even yesterday. Like, Gary's absolutely amazing on the retry timing, even in the box here, honestly. And SRG.OG, even though they lost that turtle, they're still able to fight CG off. And this is the strength of their lineup. They don't care about neutral objectives at all. Even though they commit the Dragon, they can actually chase because of the Glorious Pathway, because of the fact that they have the Kimi and the Joy. They can look for more targets, while CG, every time they they go in, it's a matter of finding a pickoff and then going out. And CG Esports, at this point, they need more farm on their damage healers. But that's also giving time for SRG. You know, the Joy is the scaling hero, and she is scary late game against these heroes on the side of CG.
I mean, both sides are playing it very passively so far. CG having the pick-off potential hero is not using it at all. Right now, Valens, we have not seen so far. Okay, right now we've seen it.
Tsunami slam, they're gonna try and pull in Yumes. Glorious pathway used, Traction Pulse, grabs 2. Valens now in some trouble.
Nice.
He doesn't have any more abilities. He has to use Flicker to get away, but they're trying feeds. Dropping Tiku low. Last Insanity is not gonna save you here. Yeah, Tree winning out the top lane 1v1. He takes out Cram.
Oh, I think he outplayed Cram there with a flicker play from the Martis. Cram did not expect that at all. Maybe dodged the second skill, did not fully charge up the Sha Essence. And because of that, they were able to get the solo kill onto the Yuzong. But what was that jump from Valens trying to get the Hylos with a Revitalize?
I'm not too sure about that, but so far, CG are not going down without a fight right now.
Innocent gonna be forced to use the last Insanity defensively. Chico wants to chase him down, but they see Cram nearby. They're not gonna force it, especially with Turtle up right now.
I mean, just now, Chico got killed, but he did not even use the flicker to try to get away from it, but he's so far still holding onto that flicker right now as we approach this turtle fight right now.
Second Turtle, Cram goes in with Black Dragon. Gary once again secures it. Last Insanity chasing out Stormy. Flicker forward. Chico finds the explosion. 2-man Mortal Coil from Year 3. He's setting them up. Glorious Pathway gonna be used as well. CG are running them down. It's a double kill for Gary. Chico low, but he's alive. Use supposed to revitalize, but it does not save him. CG Esports have turned the fight around.
Alright, is it another case of the caster's curse right now? Because CG Esports are proving us all wrong. 3.4k co lead, 6 kills in totality, and so far, They're moving as a unit, they're moving as a team, especially when Amzik partakes in this team fight.
Yeah, and Gary as well. These steals are what makes CG Esports alive in these team fights. The shields coming out from the turtle and the ability to fight into SRG. Even though they have a double fighter setup, it's kind of awkward for them if there's a lot of fronts for SRG.OG to fight off. The Yuzong is focused on finding targets on the back line. The Export could not deal with the mobility of the Lancelot and the Harith, which does make the team fight awkward for SRG.OG.
Forest halfway comes in, they're looking for Amzik, but nice flicker gets him away from the traction pulse. CG now starting to hit their stride in the mid game.
I mean, looking at the level differences between Gary as well as Sky's, right? Gary level 12, Sky's level 10. These are in the favors of the amount of turtles has been taken away by Gary with the excellent timing of retribution and 3 kills so far by Reno Valence.
Valence being burned down, flickers forward. Tsunami Slam gonna pull back Innocent, forces out the last Insanity. Viraka armor is gone, they're chasing him. Phantom execution from Gary, but he's gone too far. He's used up all of his dashes. He's gonna be shut down by Yoog. Two-man petrified by Cram in the back line. Valence and Amzik both low. Amzik trying to run away, but a beautiful dash from Cram. Amzik though gonna be able to retreat to the tower. In the meantime, we can see Tree buying a lot of time, but he finally goes down. The 3 members of SRG.OG. Guys! Comes in from the flank, and the burn from Stormy lands the double kill!
That was CG Esports overstaying their welcome, trying to punish Innocent after the last Insanity, but Sakai finds the angle on the backside. Cram as well providing the Petrify to stop CG Esports from helping out on the front, and that's where SRG.OG thrives. When there's one single objective, it's to push forward.
Very unfortunate for CG right there. Got the momentum and lost the momentum immediately with that wipeout right now. They gotta reset back again because CG held that momentum very much well within them, but overstayed their welcome, especially towards Gary, who tried to get a kill with the Phantom execution but misses it, and it allowed SRG.OG to re-engage back. And what a re-engagement by SRG.OG, getting a wipeout against CG Esports.
Yeah, now the problem becomes bigger. There's a Holy Crystal now on the Joy. Even though she's 1k behind the Lancelot, the problem is the damage is scaling for the side of SRG.OG, and this is gonna allow Sakai to find more pickoffs on the backside, able to push lanes much faster. So he is definitely scaling exponentially here on the Joy.
But at the very least, for the side of CG, net worth is still even currently, and that's exactly where they want the game to be. Valence gonna go in, once again Tsunami Slam, but it is purified by Stormy this time. Skies goes down, Gary 1v1 up top! And now the last Insanity can be used on both sides. Chiku flickers in, blows up Humes, and Valence is looking for the chase. They found Stormy, he doesn't have purified inside Chiku! With the double kill! Summon Force comes out, forces SRG back. They've taken out 3 members once again. CG is putting up a fight!
I mean, once they noticed that Gary got that solo kill up against Skies on top lane, it somehow gave them that momentum booster for CG to go in and immediately re-engage back on SRG.OG. It all began with Chiku using that stolen last Insanity to set things up. Maybe, yes, Decimation was not being able to use by E3, but hey, that last Insanity from Valentina, from Chiku, it's working to wonders right now.
Yeah, it's one of the concerns that you have to worry about for SRG.OG. When they picked up the X-Borg into the Valentina, there's always going to be that opportunity for Chiku to copy the ultimate. But CG, it's Gary, man. He's the guy responsible for all the momentum, all the crazy stuff that happens in this game. When he dove the X-Borg, they lost the team fight. But after that, he killed Sakai's. And because of that, CG was able to fight in the middle lane. They knew that they had the man advantage. And the Lancelot was even able to come up and help in the mid lane fight. So SRG.OG, even though you are scaling, you have to, you have to alleviate these mistakes. And Sakai's, he has to chill. This ego, that 1v1 on the top lane shouldn't have happened at all.
I have to note, this is the same manner how CG was able to take a game off of SRG in the regular season.
Yep.
SRG tried to play their typical style, but went a little bit off the grid with some of their hero picks, and CG caught them off guard. We are currently looking at a similar case, but the net worth is still pretty close, so either side can still take this.
I mean, CG are a bit more comfortable right now in comparison to game number one, where they cannot do anything at all. But right now, so far, I wouldn't say they are in the driving seat, but they are in a very comfortable position. But SRG.OG, once again, won't go down without a fight. And looking at them right now, they are setting up for this lot push or lot taken by the side of CG.
Where they're trying to blitz this right now. We're at the 13-minute mark. This is still a very early Lord, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. CG coming in from flank. Conceal gonna be popped. SRG should see them approaching. And now SRG are still the ones in control of the Lord pit. They're taking this slow.
Yeah, they got snow push happening on top side. CG probably wouldn't care that much because there's still a tower sitting on that lane, so it is a matter of patience for these two teams. Who makes the first mistake? But one thing's for sure, this mid lane pressure that CG is building up actually works in their favor.
Looking at that, I mean, Stormy had to pull away to be able to defend that mid lane first of all. But looking at the minimap right now, whoa, Kalia, Haris, and Valentina are at the top side. They are just waiting and hovering around that purple buff
Yeah.
and just waiting if somebody or would hope that Skies would they just walk up
Oh
there.
wow, that's such a good play. They reset that top side by cutting the wave on the top lane, so there's the slow pushes on their side. CG, this is a good setup for the Lord Dance.
Yeah, it does mean that CG has a bit more control here. 14 minutes in, this Lord has been stewing for a little while. SRG already drops it low. They're trying to blitz it right now, and Gary's not close enough. Skies brings it up. Balance goes in, grabs one, but is the damage enough? They're going straight in. Amsik with summon force, building up the damage. Skies goes down first. Last design is gonna be used. Innocent trying to run away. Chico gets the main killing spree. It's a triple kill for Amsik. CG! CG Esports are doing it! They are taking down the Giants! They have wiped SRG.OG! The path to the base is wide open! Their victory in the regular season was not simply luck! And ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a series on our hands!
Wow! My oh my! My oh my! Early game is not a problem for both of these teams. CG Esports, yes, game number one looking a bit dull, but game number two immediately